All right, in case you missed today's lesson, I'm on page 298 in the book. This is lesson 7.5 on factoring. And this is where x squared doesn't have any coefficient on it. Oh, is it gonna zoom in or no? Maybe this will help. There we go. So these all have a coefficient of 1 at the front. They call it the leading coefficient. So these, you don't have to multiply a times c before you factor. When we do the next lesson, you will. So we're going to just factor c because there is nothing, like if I multiplied a times c, I'd still have 16. So I'm going to take 16 and I want to find the factors of 16, like what can I multiply to get 16? And those things need to add up to 17. So there's 1 times 16 is 16. 2 times 8 is 16. There are no factors with 3 because 3 doesn't go in evenly. And then we have 4 times 4. And that means we're right back to where we started, so there can be no more factors. So the ones that add up to 17 are right here. We have 1 and 16. All right, so, I should have set my parentheses up first. So you know you're going to have x and x in the front because x times x give you x squared. So now I'm going to put a 1 and a 16 here. And since everything's positive, it's just going to be x plus 1 and x plus 16. Now, if these are the factors, then that means that x plus 1 times x plus 16 equals x squared plus 17x plus 16. So to check that, we're going to plug it into the box method. Or if you want to do FOIL, you can do it that way. X times x is x squared. X times 1 is just 1x. X times 16 is 16x. And 1 times 16 is 16. And then remember, we would combine our like terms here, and we would get x squared plus 17x plus 16. So it is correct. All right, the next example, we have positive here and a negative here. Remember, when you're figuring out this term, it's adding these. This is these last two numbers multiplied together. So to get a negative, you have to multiply a positive number with a negative number. It can't be two positives, it can't be two negatives, because either of those would be a positive number at the end. So this is going to be x, and this is going to be x, because this is just x squared. And now we take the factors of 21, and we want the factors of 21 that add up to 4. So there's 1 times 21. 2 won't go in evenly. 3 times 7. 4 doesn't go in, 5 doesn't go in, 6 doesn't go in, and then we're back to 7, so there are no other factors. So 3 and 7 can make 4, and it's positive 4, so I want positive 7 and negative 3. Okay, now I'm going to check this one differently. I'm going to go ahead and do FOIL. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. 7 times x is 7x. And 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. And then I need to combine these like terms here. So I get x squared plus 4x minus 21, which is what we started with. So that means our factors are correct. All right, if you think you're getting the hang of this, go ahead and pause it and see if you can do these last two. All right, I'm going to have x here, x here. I have a negative here, which means for this to be positive, it must be negative times negative. Because it can't be negative times positive, that would make this negative, and it can't be positive times positive, because that would make everything positive. Negative times negative makes this positive, and a negative plus a negative makes that negative. Okay, so we want the factors of 10 that add up to 11. And I'm just going to stop right there because it's 1 and 10. And that's it. And then we have, this is positive and this is negative. So this must be a negative and a positive. Because a negative times a positive will give us a negative, and a negative plus a bigger positive will give us a positive. So the factors of 10, again, I can just do the first one, and it's 1 and 10. So minus 1 and plus 10 will give me a 9. Let's see, I think I did one of each. So that should cover everything. Make sure you reach out if you're not understanding or if you need help to get caught up. Have a good night, guys.